One late afternoon in Asheville, North Carolina, Ella Morgan was tending to her small garden when a strange cry rang out from the backyard, causing her to stop in her tracks. Her little cat, Luna, quickly ran toward the sound, and Ella, her heart filled with worry, hurriedly followed. When she reached the yard, she was stunned by the scene before her. A small owl, its feathers soaked from the previous day's rain, stood silently in the middle of the yard. Its silver-gray feathers drooped, and its legs trembled. As it tried to cling to the wet ground, its deep round eyes reflected worry and a heartbreaking sense of despair. Luna was fascinated, circling the small creature curiously, occasionally rubbing her head against the owl as if trying to befriend it. But her innocent curiosity made the owl more afraid, stiffening it in place. The bird simply stared at Ella, its wide eyes filled with both suspicion and hope. Without hesitation, Ella bent down and gently picked up the trembling owl. Surprisingly, it did not resist or try to flee her. It sensed the warmth and safety radiating from her. She immediately carried the bird into the house, her heart swelling with sympathy. Using a soft towel, she carefully dried the owl's wet feathers and used a hairdryer on its gentlest setting to blow warm air over its body. Gradually, the warmth spread through the bird, and it stopped trembling. The owl's wet, round eyes now looked at Ella with curiosity and gratitude. Once the bird was dry, Ella prepared a simple meal mixture of small meats and warm water, placing it on a small plate. Though hesitant at first, the owl finally began to peck at the food, its movements cautious and slow like a baby tasting food for the first time. Ella watched in silence, a strange happiness blooming in her heart. That night, she made a comfortable cardboard box lined with soft towels and placed it next to her bed like a new family member. The owl slept fitfully, often peeking at Ella before closing its eyes again. Over the following days, it grew more comfortable, slowly walking around the room and flapping its wings in weak but determined attempts. Ella patiently helped it strengthen its wings, opening the window each morning to let in the spring sunlight. The owl's eyes gradually sparkled with life, reflecting intelligence and wonder. Her family quickly grew fond of the bird, giving it affectionate names and treating it like one of their own. Laughter and the sound of flapping wings filled the small house as the owl's feathers became thicker and glossier, its claws and beak sharpening with natural grace. Despite its growing strength and wild instincts, the owl remained close to Ella. At night, it would nestle in her arms and rub its head against her hand. A silent trust had formed between them. Word of the special bond soon spread through the neighborhood. Visitors were amazed to see an owl flying freely around her house. The elderly saw it as a symbol of good fortune, and children begged Ella to share the story of the rescue. She became a local hero, though she never saw herself that way. Encouraged by others, she eventually agreed to share the story in a local newspaper. A photo of the owl perched on her shoulder captivated readers, and visitors from far and wide came to see the magical friendship. Ella always said, "I only do what my heart tells me to do." She never saw the owl as a pet, but as a true friend. Together, they became a symbol of warmth in Asheville. On sunny days, Ella would take the owl into the garden, letting it flap its wings in the golden light. Sometimes it would soar above her and gently land on her shoulder, creating a picture-perfect moment that made passersby stop and smile. She cared for it not just with effort, but with a heart full of love reading books, learning proper care techniques, and deepening their bond with each passing day. Luna, the little cat, also grew close to the owl. Often the two would sit side by side on the windowsill, watching the sun set a beautiful harmony between two different souls. One neighbor remarked, "Maybe this place is so peaceful that miracles happen." Ella smiled, quietly agreeing. That rainy afternoon had changed her life forever. If not for her open heart, the owl would never have found a safe haven. Eventually, Asheville began a small festival called Wild Friends Day, where Ella and the owl were honored guests. She hadn't expected her simple kindness to inspire so many. In her speech, she said, "Every living thing deserves a second chance." The crowd fell silent. Many moved to tears. The owl, perched on her shoulder, let out a gentle chirp as if in agreement. That night, under a starlit sky, the town was filled with renewed hope. As she sat by the window with the owl nestled on her shoulder, listening to the wind, Ella knew she had found something truly precious, not fame, but a deep and pure connection. The next morning, as the sun rose over the mountains, the owl stretched its wings and soared into the blue sky free, yet always returning to Ella. Life continued with peaceful days and magical moments. And so, the story of Ella and the little owl became a lasting legend in Asheville. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us.